All right, we're recording. Hey guys, for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Elizabeth Guyver. I am one of your uplines, and I am going to talk to you tonight about planning for success. And this is a training I've done something similar to in the past. It's been about a year ago, but I have some new things I'm adding to it, and I'm kind of paring down that. So it's going to be kind of a mixture. But what is ironic about this is I am not an organized person, and I'm also not a planner. But that is not going to be an excuse for me not to become one, because it's a new year. We set new goals. We're always working on professional and personal development. And one of my struggles has always been being organized and planning. So that's what I'm working on. So I want to share that with you guys tonight because it is incredibly important in your business. Sometimes I feel like we forget that what we're doing is actually a job. We have fun. We are helping people. We feel good. We talk to each other like best friends. But it is a job. So we really need to treat it like one. Just like they say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. This business is amazing, but it doesn't just happen, right? It takes work. It takes planning. And as you grow and get bigger and are dealing with more people and making more contacts, if you don't have a system in place, you're going to struggle and your business is going to suffer. Okay, so we're going to talk about that tonight. We are in the people business, and we're constantly reconnecting, making new relationships, and all of that. If we don't have a system in place, people are going to fall through the cracks, whether they be potentials, whether they be potential rock stars, whether they be people that needed the products and we forgot about them and we never followed up, whether it be customers that we forget about and don't take care of, whether it be ambassadors on our team that we don't check in with and they give up too soon because they don't feel like they have support. We have to have a system in place. We have to have a plan. We have to have a strategy. So I'm going to be talking about some of these things tonight, and you are going to take from it what fits you, what works with what you're currently doing, and make it your own. The important thing is that you have a system that works for you. If you don't have a system that works for you, you're not going to use it. Okay? So what I'm going to share with you tonight is a system that I've recently started, along with one I've been doing for a while that I've now tweaked. But find what fits for you, but make sure. My husband's phone is ringing, this weird ring. Anyway, make sure you have a system that works for you and that you implement it, okay? It's very easy in this business because you're not going to work at a job to let life get in the way and get you distracted, okay? It's very important to, I believe, to schedule a time every day that you're going to work your business. And then if you work at other times, great. But you know, this time, on this day, I'm going to be working my business. Now, it depends on what your schedule is. If you stay home, you might be able to do the same time every day. Like every morning from 8 to 9, I am working my Plexus business. But that might not be your reality. You might have to do Monday mornings, Tuesday evenings, Wednesday afternoons, Thursday mornings, whatever. Write it down. Put it on your calendar. Put an alarm in your phone if you need to. Commit to a schedule, okay? This is super important because, again, life gets in the way. We get distracted. Things come up. We get busy doing laundry, or we need to run the kids somewhere or whatever. And what do? We forget to work our business. So if you have this schedule, just like you schedule doctor's appointments, just like you schedule events for your kids, schedule your business so that it gets done. If you don't work your business, you can't expect it to grow because it takes work. It is a job. You need to get with your family and say, okay, guys, on these days at this time, I don't have my mom hat on. Okay. I've got my business hat on. Some of you may have businesses where you already work out of the house, and you know, to get the job done, you have to go close yourself off in a room and get to work. It doesn't just happen. It takes you prioritizing. It takes you being intentional. The same with your Plexus business. It's got to have intentional time devoted to it every single day. And I truly believe if you set apart a block of time to do it, you'll get more done than if you do 5 minutes here, 10 minutes here, 20 minutes here, random here. If you schedule it and get at least that time in, everything else is just icing on the cake. If you have 5 minutes here and 10 minutes there, but you know you've gotten the bulk of it, you've worked your plan during that scheduled time. So I want you guys to try to commit to writing it down and planning when you're going to work your business. Let me see here. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay, I also think it's very important to set up a space in your house, whether it be an office, whether it be a corner of your bedroom, whether it be at the dining room table, whatever space you can give to your Plexus business. I urge you to find a place for you to keep all of your notes, all of your resources, your pens, your papers, your contact list, your computer, whatever you use for your business. Give it a space that makes it more like going to work, working your job. It keeps everything together. You don't wonder, okay, where did I put that piece of paper? You know, it's in your office, whether it's a room or whether it's a corner of a room. Keep it together. That will help you be organized, and you'll always know where the information is that you're looking for because it's in its own space. And that's where you go when you work your business. I'm not saying you always have to sit at that corner. Of course, you can do this business from anywhere, but designate a space that is for your business. So that you have that area where the kids aren't going to walk off with the notebook to do homework in, or your husband's not going to think it's trash and throw it away. It's in its spot. Once you develop your plan of action and how you're going to do your IPA every day, I want you to commit to it for at least 30 to 60 days. Because when you start something new, it takes you a while to decide, is this working for me? Am I going to commit to this? Because it takes 21 days to form a habit. I say give it at least 30 days and see what that system does for you before you change it. Don't just do it for a few days and be like, oh, this is too hard. This isn't working. Just stick it out. Give it a full month and then reflect and see, do I need to change this? Do I need to make something different? Is this working for me? Am I using it? But guys, if you're not used to being scheduled and having a plan, it's not going to come easily. It's going to take you just persevering and sticking through. And I totally understand that because this is not something that's easy or natural for me. But it is important for your business. We have to treat it like one, guys, so that your business will move forward and grow. And your belief will build and your confidence will build. And people will pick up on your vibe that you have a legitimate business because you're treating it like a legitimate business. Also, any events that we have, any trainings, any calls, Touch Base Tuesday happens every single Tuesday. Put those things in your calendar, on your phone, set an alarm. If you're like, oh goodness, so-and-so has basketball practice that night or whatever, I don't want you to miss all your kids' games, but things that you can make arrangements for, try to do that. Again, if it's an important call that you need if it's training and you need to be on it, try to make it work. Again, I'm not saying family doesn't come first, but if you can have, somebody else take your child to basketball practice or, football practice or cheerleading or whatever, see if you can do that to make that call. I know we record it, but again, trying to be on there live is really treating it like your job. But again, I'm not saying family doesn't come first. I'm just saying if you plan ahead, you may be able to work out some of these kinks so that you can attend the trainings live versus always having to watch the recording, because we all have the best intentions on watching recordings, but a lot of times life gets in the way and we forget. So if you can make it on live, you're all the better. So just try to do that as much as you can. And again, if you schedule in advance, plan in advance, that's more likely to be able to happen. Also, if this is something you struggle with, grab an accountability partner. Give each other screenshots of your weekly plan to show that you're filling it out, that you're doing it, of your contact list. Send them pictures, whatever it takes. Grab a buddy to do this. Because if this is something that is new to you, it's going to take some time. It's going to take consistent daily effort working this out. And I really feel like in 30 to 60 days, you're going to be like, I've got this system down. It runs like clockwork. It's working for me. I love it. My business is growing. I know what I'm doing. I'm not dropping the ball on anybody because I have a plan and I've implemented it and I've scheduled my time. Hold on. Okay. What I'm going to share with you first is something I just started because, again, I was the person who, instead of looking for the notebook, I was looking for a notebook. And I have like 6 or 8 notebooks where I'm just writing stuff down randomly. And I'd be like, which notebook was that in? Well, I'm not doing that anymore. I went to Target, and at the dollar spot, I got this little calendar, $3. What I love about it is in the front, it has the months. Let me turn to it real quick. Like here's January. Okay. It just has an easy little calendar. And then in the back are just a bunch of blank papers. What I'm doing is I have implemented a system. Let me see them. How do I make myself bigger? Hold on. Well, I was trying to make me bigger. I don't know how to do that. Why is it not letting me be bigger? I thought if I was the one talking, for some reason I'm seeing Patty walking and I'm not seeing me bigger. Okay. Hi, Patty. Okay, never mind. I wanted to show this bigger though. I have color coded this. Okay, hold on. I have made you bigger by selecting speaker view on my computer. Okay, everybody, would you please click speaker view? I did, and it doesn't make me bigger. Oh, well, I'm not going to mess around with it. If you guys can make me bigger, that would be great. Okay, what I have done on this calendar is I have color coded different people according to who they are, and I've added them to my calendar. So each day I know who I'm going to reach out to. I have a color for ambassadors, and I am choosing to do my ambassadors on Saturdays and Sundays, 3 each. I reach out to 3 on Saturday, 3 on Sunday to check in. Mostly those are my wholesalers, but then I'm also going to check in with my business builders too to see if they have any questions, to see how they're doing with their products. If they're a wholesale ambassador, see if they have any questions, just touching base with them because I don't want to forget about them. So they are on my calendar, they're in blue. And then I have my potentials, people that I have shared Plexus with, but who have not either become a customer or joined my team yet. They're in pink. And I do those Monday through Friday. Then I have customers in purple. I check in with 2 to 3 customers a week, again, to make sure that they're doing good on their products. They're taking their products. They don't have any questions. They got their order, whatever I need to discuss with them. They're in purple. And then I have red for newbies. Anytime somebody joins my team on Sundays, I'm going to check in with them every week for that month. For a month, I'm going to check in with them 4 weeks in a row to make sure they got their order, they're taking their products. Do they have any questions? Are they ready to share? Do they want to get their products paid for? I check in with them weekly, and they're in red. Then I'm using black for relationships. And I just have across the week, I have 5 names. It doesn't mean I'm just going to check in with them once. Those are the 5 people on Facebook that I am going to be intentionally checking their posts, commenting, maybe sending them a private message about something they posted on Facebook. People that I don't know well enough yet to bring up Plexus, and they haven't brought it up with me. These are usually people I've met in groups. Groups are a great place to meet people. So each week, I'm writing down 5 names of people that I am going to check in with, check their Facebook wall, see if they've posted anything, and stay in connection with. So if you color code them, it really helps you see, do I have a balance of potentials? Do I have a balance of ambassadors? Do I have a balance of relationship building, customers, and newbies? Because if you don't write it down, you're like, I don't remember the last time I talked to that customer. Or, oh my gosh, I forgot I got a new ambassador. I haven't even asked her if she got her products yet. Write it on your calendar. I love the color coding. And then on here, I've got right here in pink, I'm trying to hold it up here. It says Debbie, and it's got a circle around. Well, actually, you see these little stars? Those are the people that I've offered codes to that said, yes, I want to join your team. Yes, I would love a code, that I've given my codes to. And Debbie is circled because that means she signed up. She's an ambassador on our team. So now what I did is I moved her from pink to the reds on Sunday because now she's a new ambassador and I'm going to check in with her every week to see how she's doing. Okay, again, you find a system that works for you, but this is working great for me. But do this. I don't do this a month in advance. I do this every week. Now, the pink ones, my potentials, I don't always preload those. Like that day, I'll look at my my Facebook news feed and kind of see who have I not talked to in a while, or I'll use my contacts list, and that's something else I want to show you. You need to have a list of every single person that you've talked to about Plexus or has asked you about Plexus. It's called your Frank's list, your potentials list. Let me find mine. I had it pulled up and now it's gone. Well, what did I do with it? Okay, I'll find it later. Well, it was accidentally in my deleted. Oh God, I better go back and save that. But anyway, see this list? These are all the people I've shared Plexus with over the years that's not on my team. And I make notes by them, or I used to make notes by them when they became a customer, and then some of them when they joined my team. And then just a few other notes. But keep this list because this is what I use also when I'm deciding who I'm going to reach out to. And I also use my Facebook news feed. And if somebody comes across my news feed and I'm like, oh, I totally forgot about her, I need to check back with her, I write her name down on my list. I do 3 a day. And then if I do anything extra, that's just icing on the cake. But I know I've at least reached out to 3 potentials, at least 1 customer. I'm building relationship with at least 5 people a week, and I'm checking on my ambassadors and I'm checking on my newbies. It's a great system, and this is so small I can throw it in my purse. It can go with me everywhere. I suggest whatever you keep your list in of people that you've talked Plexus with, keep it handy. Mine's on my iPad mini because I can throw it in my purse. Then if I go into Walgreens and the girl asks me about Plexus and I Facebook friend her, I can write her name down immediately. I don't have to remember when I get home. Carry it with you everywhere. Some people do their phone. Put the names in the phone. You need that list with you everywhere or you're going to forget people and they're going to fall through the cracks. So this right here is my new, I love this. I love, love, love it. I love the color coordinated. It really helps me make sure I'm getting a good balance on who I'm reaching out to and keeping in touch with. Now, I'm going to move on to what I have called, or what they call the action stack. This is one way to do your intentional, your IPA every single day, your income producing activity. On our team page, the Team Health, Wealth, and Freedom page, there is a variety in the files. One's called Action Stack. Christy McDade posted one that is called, I think it's called Daily IPA. Let me see here. Daily IPA. It's not so much a list of where to write names, but it's like, what do I do to work my business? It's a checklist. It's awesome. I'm going to print that off and I'm going to hang it when I get my office. I'm going to hang it in my office on a board. So I'm like, okay, have I done this, 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 and this? It's a great list. If you're like, I don't really know what income producing activity is, I'm still confused about that, look at Christy's file, Daily IPA, and it's a whole list of things you can do. Also in the team files, we have something that says, it's called DMO Maui. It's a tracking chart from last year when people were shooting for Maui of how to work your business each day. It's just a different format, covers basically the same things we're going to go over, just a different kind of, just a different looking sheet. This is what I'm moving into. I'm going to stop doing the action stack that I'm going to go over, because it's pretty much the same thing as this daily IPA journal. But what I love about this is there's 90 days in one book. I don't have to print anything off. I don't have to keep track of loose pieces of paper and make a notebook. Everything is right here. So I just got this yesterday. It is amazing. I highly suggest it. It's $10 on Amazon for 3 months worth of work. You have it all together. It's divided beautifully. You can put a date on each page. You can date it. But what I'm going to do is this list, this calendar, this at a glance. I love this because I can open it up real quickly and see everybody I'm in contact with. But then I'm transferring those names to this each day to have a record. Okay? But I like the at a glance because then I can kind of see everybody at once without flipping through these pages. This right here lines up very closely to what I'm going to go over in a minute, called the action stack. A lot of the same tasks are on it. This is just very convenient, inexpensive, altogether, no printing involved. Because if you're like me, I run out of printer ink and it takes me 3 months to buy more because I don't think about it until I'm out. And then I'm like, oh crap, I can't print that. So I start making notebooks, and then I end up with 5 notebooks with my daily IPA. So I love, love, love this IPA journal. Totally, totally worth $10. Okay, so now I'm going to kind of go over the action stack sheet. And guys, I'm not going to go over it in detail because most of you know what the daily IPA looks like. You're reaching out, you're following up. But I am going to go briefly through some things and kind of talk about the importance of them and maybe some ideas on how to do it. So the first area, the first on the IPA sheet, the very first thing at the top is daily affirmations and prayer. Guys, we shouldn't be waking up each day hopping on Facebook. Okay, that we need to give ourselves time to gather our thoughts, to set our mindset, to pray or reflect and just get our day started positively where we have control over it. So many times you hop on Facebook and the first thing you see is negative, griping, an article, bad news happened somewhere. That's not how we want to start our day. Yes, Jen, start your day with gratitude. You're exactly right. We are in control of what goes in our mind first thing, and we need to start it with something positive. So daily affirmations are another amazing thing. That's where you can really work on things that are a struggle for you. Like I could say, I love being organized. I'm good at it. I'm a master at organization and planning. I plan my income producing activity every day. It makes me feel good. Whatever. I'm going to say things like that to myself every day because that is a struggle. To do this every day is a struggle for me. And if it is for you, you're going to say things like that. You're going to start your day off positively, and it really changes your mindset. Do you know that if you tell your mind things that you want to happen, your brain does not know the difference. So if I constantly tell myself I am organized, I am a planner, I'm great at it, eventually I will be great at it because my mind does not know the difference. So I'm setting myself up for success. I'm setting myself up to create a good habit for my business by speaking that over myself. So you decide what you want to work on and you say it daily, out loud, first thing in the morning, and you will find that those things start really being true in your business or in your life. So every day, start yourself with positive affirmations, prayer, reflecting, some quiet time. Then you're going to move into the second thing on the sheet is talking about friending people on Facebook. Now, when you do that, you don't want to just friend everybody. You want to be intentional. You want to look for people that you know or that you may know that have look like they have influence, that have big networks, that are positive, that are people that you would want on your team based by what you can see on their Facebook wall. You don't want to pick people who are negative. You don't want to pick people who don't post very often because they're never going to see your stuff. You want people who are active on Facebook. So choose wisely and try to choose maybe 3 a day. And then at the same time, you're going to eventually start weeding out some people that you never interact with, that you're friends with, that never post on Facebook, that constantly are griping and nagging and, don't want to have anything to do with Plexus or what you have to offer. Those are the people that you'll start unfriending. Okay? So start adding people with influence and the people that you think would be open to hearing what you have to offer at the right time, or who may be interested and drawn in from your posts, and weed out the people who aren't. Hold on a second. This list isn't something that's going to get you instant overnight success, because when you first start Plexus, some of you may think it's kind of easy. People are coming to me. All I do is post a picture of me with my pink drink and people start asking me about it. After a while, that's going to slow down. And it really depends on your network. Maybe your network isn't the type that have jumped all over you the second you started posting. We each have different networks with different type of personalities in our friends. But after a while, people are going to know that you do Plexus. They're not going to be, filling up your message or your inbox with messages about Plexus, asking for information. So you're going to have to focus more on relationship building. And that's where having a system in place is really going to help you, because you're going to be doing this with more and more people all the time. Hold on just a second. I'm getting ahead of myself. Okay. Another daily task that you should do in your scheduled IPA time is happy birthdays. Now, I was reaching out privately to the people that I really wanted to make an impact and a connection with, and giving them a personal birthday message. But last night, if you were on Touch Base Tuesday in the Power Half Hour, you heard how Crystal Davis does it. She said she wasn't getting much response that way. So what she does is she goes to their wall and says, like, happy birthday, Tony. I hope you have a great day. What have you got planned for your birthday? How are you going to celebrate? And ask them a question. And she's getting a much bigger response to that. They'll come back and say, like she said, I'm going to go to lunch with my daughter and spend the day with her. We're going to go shopping. And then Crystal could come back and say, oh, really? Where are you going to go to lunch? How fun. Keep that conversation going. Their stuff's going to start showing up in your newsfeed. Your stuff's going to start showing up in theirs. It puts them and puts you in their minds. It builds that connection. And she may be thinking, you know what? I need to ask you about this Plexus stuff that you're doing. You never know where it's going to go, but it's another way to build relationships. But another thing, on your birthday, when people send you a happy birthday message, you want to connect with them. And the ones that you really want to share the products or business with, you're going to send them a private message and you're going to say, thank you so much for that birthday message. I really appreciate it. How are you? We haven't talked in ages. Whatever, you're going to start that conversation with those people in a private message on your birthday. So it's kind of like roles are reversed. Instead of their birthday, you're going to do something like that on your birthday. Try to connect with people through sending them a thank you for wishing you a happy birthday. Now, you're not going to do that every single person, but the ones that you really intentionally want to reach out to and connect with, that's what you would do on your birthday. Okay. This business really is very Facebook driven, social media driven. If you don't use social media, it is going to be harder for you, because you are doing all the work. You are having to bring up Plexus face to face with these people. And if they don't show interest when you do share it with them that first time, it's really hard to bring it up again. But if you put it out there on Facebook or Instagram, the people who are interested are going to pay attention to it. The people who aren't are just going to scroll by and then you're going to feed them some more with another post, and then you're going to feed them a little bit more later with another post, and it's not awkward. It's hard to keep bringing up Plexus, bringing it around to Plexus face to face if they do not show interest that first time. Okay? So really think about that. Social media is about being social. So you definitely still want to share your personal stuff, but then you also want to share your Plexus information or your Plexus posts too. So you want it to be a good balance because you want to draw in the people that are really interested in you and your personal life, like your friends before Plexus. You don't want to push them away by constantly just doing Plexus. You want to draw them in with your personal posts, but then they're also going to see your Plexus posts. And when they're ready, then they're going to reach out to you, or you're going to find the right time to bring it up with them. So you've got to have a really good balance. It can't just be all of a sudden 10 Plexus posts a day. You need to keep it about 50-50. And also do some engagement posts where you ask a question, then people respond, then you connect with them. You don't just click like, you respond back to some of their comments, get that conversation started. Because Plexus has been Facebook picks up on that. If you just ask a question and you don't respond to anybody, they pick up on that, and it won't stay up in your newsfeed. It won't be as seen by your audience. So make sure you do some connecting with their comments. Okay. One of the tools that I've been using recently to connect and build relationships with people, or to stay in touch with my dream teamers that haven't joined me yet, is I go to their Facebook page and I click on following and I change it to see posts first. That way, anytime they post, I'm going to see it. It's going to be in my newsfeed first, so that I have a chance to engage with them and connect with them and see what's going on in their life, and maybe possibly reach out to them. Or know if there's a good opportunity for me to bring up the products or bring up the business with them in an organic way based on what I see on their newsfeed. So that's a really good tool. I think you can do 20 or 25 people. You can see their posts first. So find some, get your list, circle your dream teamers, and go follow them first on Facebook by clicking follow, or go see their post first by clicking following and then click see first. Oh, and Jen said she also does that with her new ambassadors. Great idea. That way you stay in touch with your new ambassadors. Exactly. Especially if they're sharing about the business. You want to see their posts so you can support their posts. Great tip. I'm skimming over some of this because some of this we've gone over, especially in the new ambassador trainings, how to reach out, how to follow up. All of that is covered in those trainings, so I don't want to take up your time with that. Okay, if somebody reaches out to you about Plexus, or if you're in a store and you're wearing a Plexus hat and somebody says, what is Plexus? What is that? Especially when I'm like out in public and I wear it. You need to know what you're going to say. You need to practice what you're going to say. You need to have something short, personal, non-salesy, you don't want it to sound scripted. You just want something natural. And what I say is when somebody says, what is Plexus? I tell them it's a line of natural health products that are helping people feel better. I don't go into all the different ways it can help. I don't spew off scientific facts. I just let them know it's a line of natural is a big key word right now, natural health products helping people feel better. Because I didn't single out anybody. I didn't say it's for people with diabetes. It's for people with inflammation. It's for people with gut health issues, because people don't know if they have that or not. For the most part, I didn't know I had gut health issues. I thought I just didn't have willpower. Okay? So when you say helping people feel better, who doesn't want to feel better? Everybody does. And you didn't sell them anything. You didn't spew off some sales pitch. But then a lot of times, if they're interested, they're going to say, well, feel better how? And that's when you're going to share your story. And you're just going to say, well, for me, it's helped me with, I sleep better. I've been able to lose weight and keep it off. I'm no longer drinking coffee and eating sugar all day. I don't have plantar fasciitis anymore. Whatever. You share your testimony. Again, supernatural, you're just sharing, sharing what it's done for you. Have that, practice whatever you're going to say, whether you want to use that or something else. Practice it to where it comes off natural and you don't freeze up when you're in public and somebody asks you about plexus. You're like, it helps, you got to come natural. Confidence is everything. Passion and excitement will make or break that connection with somebody. It's either going to draw them in or it's going to have them go, "Ooh, I don't need that," or I don't think she really knows what she's talking about. I mean, you know what I mean? You want to draw them in with your confidence and your passion. So it's something you just want to figure out what you want to say, make it short and sweet, and practice it so that it comes out naturally when you're asked. Okay, when I showed you that calendar, I showed you how I reach out to my new ambassador or to my ambassadors. Make sure if you have a team that you are in contact with them, that they feel a part of our team page. Even if they're a wholesaler, if they're a wholesaler, you're definitely going to check in with them and treat them more like a customer. But if you think might be interested in the business, even if they're saying they're not interested, but they're asking lots of questions, that's a sign that they're interested. Try to get them plugged in on the team page. At least get them plugged in with your upline, maybe in a 3-way message or a little Zoom with just the two of you so that maybe it's not so overwhelming. Baby step them into this, guys, because they don't know what we know. They don't know how much fun we have and what a great group of people we have if they're not engaging on the team page. So start slow, work with your upline about how you can kind of include them a little at a time and get them tuning into where they look forward to coming to the team page and seeing what's going on and feeling a part of it. Because we all know, if you're off doing it by yourself, the likelihood of you sticking around isn't near as high as if you feel like you've got a tribe behind you, somebody that has your back, somebody that can help you, support system, friends. Makes all the difference. So try to get your people plugged in, especially if they're asking questions about it. Okay, let's see here. I think that's all I'm going to go over tonight. Again, if you have not attended a new ambassador training, I highly encourage you to do that because that's when they're going into more in-depth detail on how to get customers, how to get ambassadors. What I wanted to do is bring to you tonight systems for getting the work done. Okay? It doesn't matter if you're silver, if you're senior ruby, if you're diamond, you are constantly working your business. They always say pay yourself first. That means do your income producing activity. You're reaching out, following up, and connecting before you even help your team that day. You get your income producing activity done, then you turn around and help your team by answering their questions, checking in with them, checking in with your customers and things like that. You do that first, but attend a training and get on that with Jen or Maria, whoever's doing it each month. This month, it is Maria. So what I want you to take from this today is get a system. There are some files in the back office if you want to get one of those to use or tweak. This IPA journal is worth its weight in gold. Get a system for how you're going to check in with potentials, customers, relationship building, and your ambassadors. And whatever plan you develop, you stick to it every single day for 30 to 60 days and see. First of all, you'll develop the habit. Second of all, after that length of time, you may see you could tweak this or you need to change this, but give it a good amount of time before you decide this isn't really working for me. Because again, if you're not used to doing it, it's going to take some time. It's going to take some stepping out of your comfort zone and doing something you're not used to doing. But remember, this is going to help your business grow. You have to treat it like a business. You have to treat it, you have to plan to succeed, And if you don't have a plan, you're just going to be flailing out there going, I don't know why, I don't know why I'm not growing. I don't know why nobody's joining me. I don't know why. It goes back to activity. You'll be able to see where maybe you need to beef it up. If you have a plan and you see after 30 days that you're not getting any fruits from your labor, that means you need to look at your plan and increase it. Increase maybe how many you're reaching out to each day. Or maybe increase how many people you're focusing on building a relationship with. Maybe look at your friends list and think, well, I only have 200 Facebook friends. Guess what? That means about 20 are seeing your posts maybe. So you have 1,000 people are not seeing your posts. Okay, just a small fraction are the ones you interact with. So adding more Facebook friends, making sure they're people that you think you want on your team or would be receptive to what you have to offer at the right time. So I'm going to stop there. Let me check. I don't know how to check chat and talk at the same time. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop recording and then I'm going to open it up. If you have a question or something that you put in the chat that I didn't get to see,